There's a volunteer at Hospice who goes from bed to bed reading poetry to the patients. They call him the Loving Words Man, and this is his song.
Will they smile when he asks, would they like to hear loving words from the past? As he slowly reads poems that bring tears to their eyes, will they reach out and hold his hand fast? Will loving words take them back to a time that was oh so dear? Will loving words bring sweet memory? Loving words from the Loving Words Man.
I've been writing poetry probably for 40 years. I've been a hospice volunteer for 7 of those years. Working in hospice and reading to patients and family members is very stressful. So I began to write to help relieve the stress. When I enter that hospital, a calmness comes over me. And I just have a deep, deep feeling of wanting to help the people in there. They're all dying, they all know it. It's not a secret, the family knows it. And anything a person can do to help them, I try to do that. I'm not the only volunteer there are many volunteers. I just happen to be able to write about it. I call it Loving Words. When I first started, I would say, would you like to hear some poetry? And sometimes people sort of back up when you say that. They don't like it. So after a while, I stopped that, and now I just say, would you like to hear some loving words? And 99% of the time they say yes, so I read poetry to them.
Right, this is a poem about a man, and sometimes the patients teach you, and that's what happened with this poem. With this patient. The name of the poem is Beyond Words. The patient is sunken into his pillow, his hands deeply veined, cheeks mottled red. Breathing tubes hang from his nose, but his eyes still shine with life. Family hover around the bed, hold his hands, murmur quietly to him. I approach and say, I am a volunteer who reads loving words to patients. Would you like to hear some? From deep within the pillow, he says, I am surrounded by them.
Don't cry for me another tear, 'cause life like a sunflower wilts. Well, one time you're shining on a bright summer day, well, next day you're slipping